Good evening, everybody. Welcome to... Wait a minute. This isn't my cafe. This isn't my dress. That's right. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Hey, Ode. You know, it would probably be a lot better if I actually had the music up, because I always forget to unmute it. Well, we're not in the cafe, but welcome as always. This seems a little loud. I'm gonna turn this down. Alright, what kind of trouble did I get up to? I didn't do anything. I assume I'm wearing the suit. That means I'm the attorney. I'm barista, attorney at law, I guess. Now, I have played a little bit of... Jesus, why is this still so goddamn loud? I hope it is not too loud for y'all. If it is, please let me know. I will continue to adjust. I'd rather y'all not have your ears blown out by this admittedly quite banging music. So, sure. What do you mean, sure? I am just a barista. I am not a criminal. The only thing that's criminal around here is how good my coffee is. But yeah, I have admittedly played this, you know, watched Let's Plays and stuff of this before. But you know what? It is one of the more iconic visual novel game series that there is. And basically every game is available on modern systems now, thanks to the magic of technology. So we're gonna dive right in. We're gonna start from the beginning. You know, gay lawyers. Whether or not the lawyers are actually gay is yet to be completely seen. Today I'm more than just a barista. Apparently. Apparently I'm also a defense attorney. Be Arista, attorney at law. Phoenix Wright, ace attorney. Play this game. Phoenix Wright, ace attorney. Justice for all. Play this game. Or Phoenix Wright, ace attorney. Trials and tribulations. Play this game. Well, we gotta start back at the beginning. We gotta start all the way back. They aren't gay lawyers, they're ace lawyers. They can be both. They can be homo-romantic asexual. Alternatively, they could be aromantic homosexual. Open your mind to the possibilities, Nova. I mean, to be fair, there is this one fic that I read. There's only like one token straight couple. But I absolutely love them. I love pretty much all of them. Like, some people say that the story is like questionable in how probable things are, which, yeah, fair. Japanifornia, logic is not its strong suit. They are, how do you think my sexuality came into being? Well, there you go. I completely lost my train of thought. Anyway. The first turnabout. Okay, what's up with this weird guy? Ah! Sexuality that, huh? Is this sexuality enough for you? No, but this is. Oh, tasty. Okay, so we're going back over here. I'm not gonna completely put myself in the corner just yet, because I don't know exactly what the screen's gonna look like yet. I'll probably be in a corner somewhere, but for now... So let's dive right in. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Play the first turnabout? Actually, no. Whoever the accused is, I'm sure they'll be fine without me. I'm gonna go play Balatro instead. Let's go gambling. Fuck this. Okay, I'm glad nobody's actually falling for my bluff. First step, start playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Got an achievement just for starting it. Sir, your thinker looks a little overthunk. Ma'am? Damn it! Why me? I don't know who this is, they just get my voice. I can't get caught. Not like this. Oh hey, it was the guy who looked like he was, I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. What, are we in lobby number 2 because we're the shit? Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hello. Hi, Chief. Hiya, Chief. Ma'am, you're very pretty. I'm too stunned for words. She's just a very pretty lady. Yeah, exactly, Nova. Pretty lady. How is one supposed to function? Like, especially if she's supposed to be our boss or whatever. How am I supposed to get any work done? I don't know how, but I guess we'll figure it out. You don't. Yeah, that seems to be it. Whoever our, client is today, they're probably fucked if I have to sit here and look at her all day. Anyway. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. I'm sorry, why? It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. What is this guy part of the mob or something, and that's why you owe him a favor? A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Maybe. Yes, apparently. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Me too, girl. Is that your client screaming over there? Probably, knowing my luck. Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Ah! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. What up, Anime Eyes Magoo? Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell him I'm guilty! Bro, why is your mouth a scribble? His mouth looks like in that one Winnie the Pooh movie short thing from like the 60s. where Pooh gets stuck in the door of Rabbit's house. So Rabbit tries to make a little decor thing and turns Pooh's butt into a moose. And when he's drawing the face on it, it tickles, so Pooh starts laughing, so the mouth turns out like exactly like this. That's what this is. His face is Pooh Butt. Apparently his name is Butts, so I guess that works out. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Well, that's just unfortunate. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. That's embarrassing. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. And that's why I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Who's this fucking guy? He just looks like the most boring, average guy ever. What kind of voice do you even give him? Like, I know some of the, like, objection voice lines get voiced. But until then, I don't really know how I should make him sound. He kind of looks like he'd be like some kind of snivelly guy. Yeah, like a older nerdy guy, like nyeh. But not quite into Skeletor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh look, it's me. It's Phoenix. It's Phoenix. Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. He's not thrilled. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading, arms weak. Vomit on my sweater already. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It's me! You know, I'm genuinely curious as to what would happen if I were to pick either of the answers, of the other answers. I mean, it's the very beginning of the game. Worst case scenario, we just get like an instant game over. They're like, just turn in your badge and leave. Miss Faye, you're the defense now. Let's do it. Why not? The defendant? That's Mia Faye? Wrong, right, Look, I have to leave. I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery. Oh, come on, Chief. There's no need to be going so soon, is there? Listen, Wright. The defendant is the one on trial. Your client. I mean, that's about as basic as you can get. I put my foot in it this time. I've got to relax. Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the... I actually got an achievement that says, please turn in your badge. That's great. It's specifically because I chose that one. Oh, God. The defendant is me, actually. Nah. Enough goofing for now. We can goof a little more later. It's Larry. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? The victim's name? Is it Yo Mama? Probably not. Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. That's probably the court record. You know, the thing I look like I'm standing on. Yeah, there we go. The court record, which is under my feet now. Hehe. We press this button, we can open it. Attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Well, damn, that says a lot about how you carry yourself, Phoenix. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death. July 31st, between 4 and 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. And here we've got the profiles of everybody. We've got Mia Fey, age 27, chief attorney at Fey & Co. My boss and a very good defense attorney. Larry Butts, age 23, the defendant in this case. A likable guy who has been my friend since grade school. Cindy Stone, age 22, the victim in this case. A model, she lived in an apartment by herself. I hope that whatever modeling agency she picked chose that hairstyle for her, because I don't think it's doing her any favors. Winston Payne, age 52, the prosecutor for this case. Lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Wait. Uh-oh. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Don't worry, Phoenix, I looked at the court record. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Sure I do. Oh, the victim, of course. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press blah to check it at any time, okay? I say blah because I imagine this might have controller support, and it might be different depending on, what you're playing it on. So we get blah instead of tab. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinder block. I mean, that's close. Is that close enough? No, it's not. It's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was poisoned, strangled, hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Yay! I know the very basics of the case!
You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. 'Cause I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepted into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use BLAW to check the court record frequently.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Oh, ouch.
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
Objection? Slander? Slander and potentially libel? Does that count when the person being slandered is dead? I don't know, but I'm objecting to it.
Tell me, Mr. Butts. What do you think of her now?
Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Yeah, no. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die, just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't.
Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? Well, apparently Larry puts his foot in his mouth a lot, so, I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog!
Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you.
I got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court.
What if I don't want there to be order in the court? Objection? No order, please. The only order we have around here is, coffee drinks and cafe stuff.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad. No order, only chaos.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building.
Well, no wonder this guy looks like he ain't got a fucking thing to do if he's supposedly selling newspapers. Who even does that anymore? I thought print was a dying medium.
Please bring Mr. Frank Saw It to the stand.
Saw it. Really? If it's that guy from the opening— oh, yep, there he is. Maybe we should call him Mr. Did It instead. Because, you know, we saw in the opening cutscene he was the one who did it. But what do I know? I'm just a barista. I'm not a fucking police investigator or whatever.
Mr. Saw It, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Saw It, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw the day of the murder.
Witness testimony. The witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Well, you could have said something. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. But didn't it say that... Yeah, it said she died between 4 and 5. So, sir, I call shenanigans, lies and slander, and shenaniganery. Right. I don't believe you. Bro's in his 30s, 36. Discovered Miss Stone's body. Newspaper salesman who saw Larry flee the scene. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Well, not with that attitude, you can't.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? This just in. Local man learns that people do not tell the truth all the time. Your client is innocent, right? But then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with blah, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Okay, well, we already know what's not kosher with this. 'Cause he said he saw her. He said the time was 1 p.m. But it said she died between 4 and 5. So, yeah, that. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Are you sure about that?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. Wow, nice, Phoenix. Did you come up with that all by yourself? How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, he's sweating. Girl, somebody get a fan in here. Oh, that! Oh, gee. Why does bro sound like a bit like Peridot?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
How could he forget the time he was just saying about how he was so sure about it?
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Oh boy, 1 p.m. Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Sir, did we not just get pointed out that there was a blackout? How the hell are you supposed to hear the time coming from TV or whatever? when the power's out. I call shenanigans. Lies, shenanigans, and slander. None of this is correct. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Your Honor? Sir? That ain't it, Chief. Sure, buddy, sure, exactly. Now we're gonna get his ass. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Sir. Sir. How's she supposed to do that when it's blacked out? Oh, it helps if I press the right button. Yeah, that. Hold it right there. Prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Now, keeping in mind, this game, when it originally came out, it came out in 2001. So this is long before people were watching shit on their phones or on laptops or anything like that. So the technology, like, hold on, quick mental math, like 24 years ago, was so much different than it is now. That's probably why he's, you know, saying he sells newspapers and, you know, they're talking about taping stuff because they probably actually used VHS shits back then. So that is one thing one has to keep in mind when playing this. That it's a different time. I just hit the mic. Like, even though the game is set a little bit into the future compared to when it came out, the technology is still largely portrayed as being the same. Like, I'm pretty sure mostly people just have, like, flip phones or brick phones or, you know, not smartphones. So that's something that's important to keep in mind, especially as, you know, playing the older ones. Yeah.
The defense has a point.
Yeah, see? Objection. I don't have hand controls, but I'm pointing.
Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite! Ah! Wait, I remember now. Did bro's hair just, like, fly off the top of his head?
Mr. Sawit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning.
Get his ass, Judge.
These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
Ha! Get him.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
Bro, this is a statue. Fuck you mean, clock?
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Hearing the time. I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Sir, this is a statue. Again, I have to hit the right button. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Bangers only, hang on. We gotta rock out a little bit. We gotta hydrate and to stretch before we jam out, apparently. Alright. Since you can see my legs, you can see I'm stretching super far because I'm on my tippy toes and everything. How is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? I don't know, man. I'm just a barista. But I guess I'm also a defense attorney now. Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Okay, that's like 3 times in less than an hour I've done the just a barista bit. I need to calm down.
Your Honor, if I may.
No, you may not. I guess I'm not the boss in that.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock.
Stretching is important for jamming out. Yeah. Bangers only.
The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
Sir! We need accurate information over here. How am I supposed to work with the evidence if you're not even giving me the evidence correctly?
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all.
Okay, but where the hell are you gonna see or hear the time? How is he gonna hear the time if he didn't go in? And it only activates when you touch it.
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock.
And my questions still stand.
Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yeah. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment or knew the victim. Well, if there was a connection, that probably would have been established by now, so obviously, you're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. Okay, bet. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It. Yeah, I mean, we saw it in the opening. Your Honor, if I may present exhibit evidence piece. What are we on? May I present exhibit F? The opening video in which we see him kill her? The sound must have left quite an impression on you. You know, just like it left an impression on her head. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Shut up, Peridot.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Faceless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard. No, I mean, I saw. What? Bro just threw a fucking toupee at me. Sir? Sir. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I hate you.
It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn! Give him death!
Sir, you just threw a toupee at me.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please!
Ah! First, I get a toupee thrown in my fucking face, and now I'm getting thrown myself. I'm going back to the cafe. Forget this. Fucking getting thrown around, getting things thrown at me. If this is what being a lawyer is, I'm just gonna stay in the cafe. I'm not going back. Man, fuck this. Alright, fine.
There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
I mean, would an innocent person literally rip off their toupee and throw it at me? Sir, maybe you need it. Look at that receding hairline.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. You have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Bro, let's just activate the clock! Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply examine the batteries, ask the neighbors, sound the clock! Just like I said. Now let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ah!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! 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 You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? What, did you reset it or something? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it! I was so close! It's okay, Phoenix. We'll figure it out.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Why not? Because she came back from Paris. Yeah, probably. I mean, that would imply that she brought it with her, that it wasn't in the apartment, though. Can we really go for that?
Unfortunately.
Sir, can I have him charged with assault? He threw his toupee at me.
This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens.
You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! Ugh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Are you sure? Not so fast, Mr. Saw-It. Mia! I mean, Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Well, like you said, Nova, it's probably... Well, if she took it with her to Paris, brought it back, she probably still had it set on Paris time. So, yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it! You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course! There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Oh, like you pulled off your toupee? I can do that quite easily. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her, dead in her apartment, was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw-It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Hey, I said it first, Phoenix. I'm the funny one here. Man has rabies. Somebody... help! Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Has somebody dealt with the rabies thing? Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yippee! And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Saw-It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw-It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw-It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew! I still can't believe we won! Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. Never seen the chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Bro! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Chief, no, his name isn't Harry Butts. That would be worse.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Bro, are you hitting on my boss? That's not cool. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
How did you get the murder weapon? A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry?
Larry. Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Well, I mean, she must have liked him well enough to have brought the thing with her all the way to Paris, even though it says it's rather heavy. That's probably what it was. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Mia, please! Innocent butts! BRB,
changing my post-stream tweet to say, "We found innocent butts." That's all it'll say. We found innocent butts. No, you think I'm kidding. I'm actually gonna put that in there right now. Case. There we go. Yeah, that's too funny. Okay. Oh, I don't think you're kidding. Good, because I'm not. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Oh! Welcome in, new patron. Welcome to the cafe. I am Barista, your wonderful hostess. It is not just my title, it is also my name. We are here playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We've just gotten to the end of the first case, where we found innocent butts. That is to say, we found Larry Butts innocent. Played Ace Attorney before? I have. Or at least I've, like, watched a bunch of playthroughs of it, so I'm familiar with the content. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe over drinks. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said,
"Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends."
but I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. That clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Another incident? What do you mean? And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. A brand new episode has been added. This game did not specify on the character's relationship status. Yeah, and the fandom has had a field day with that. They always have. So here's the thing. The first case of each game is pretty open and shut, mostly just to teach you the general mechanics of, you know, cross-examination, presenting evidence, all that kind of fun stuff. Which, yeah, fair. Don't turn off your PC. What if I do? I'm not really saying that for fandom thing, just saying. No, I totally get that. I'm just saying that people who are in the fandom who absolutely love to do character relationship exploration, they like to use that vagary. They use that vagary to go to, yeah. They use the lack of specificity to explore things in whatever context they want to. A lot of people really enjoy the chief and newbie guy Phoenix as a dynamic. Relatively fewer people enjoy them as, you know, an romantic item. But I'm sure there are people who do. And all that kind of stuff. Episode 2, Turnabout Sisters, Day 1 Investigation. I meant the gay shipping. Yeah, that too. Everybody loves the gay shipping. Well, maybe not everybody. A lot of people really like the gay shipping. A lot of people like the gay shipping. A lot of people hate the gay shipping. But Mia and Nick sound like a good couple. I feel like they could have been if they had gotten to have more... If they had gotten to follow through on that, having dinner and, you know, hanging out outside of a work context, it could have... I feel like it could have worked a little bit, yeah. The thing is, see, I don't know if I actually want to keep going already, because like I said, the first case is usually pretty open and shut and done quickly. Yeah, and if there wasn't the power dynamic thing. Exactly. Because, like, more often than not, at least in the context in which we see them, Phoenix always calls her Chief. He does not so often call her Mia, but it could be that he calls her that just because, you know, they were in court and stuff. Now, the thing is, I don't know if I necessarily want to start case 2 already. Like, even though we're already on this, the opening screen, all we've heard is, like, a cell phone ringing so far. I don't necessarily want to. Do you want to end stream now or switch to a different game? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Like, if I actually want to keep doing something, or if I just want to call it. I feel like this would be good as just a standalone kind of thing. So I think I might just call it an early night tonight. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna call it an... Hey, you could play Balatro. You want me to play some Balatro? Alright, we'll play a little bit of Balatro. Let me go switch over to that real quick. We'll play a couple rounds of Balatro, see how that goes.